to your Personal Power Boost with Dr. Verna, a global force for transformation, unlocking human potential one leader at a time. Are you looking for a boost to help you reclaim your personal power? Then this is your weekly source, where we dive into conversations about navigating your professional and life journey. So, take a deep breath, open up your heart, and get ready to ignite your leadership and fuel your spirit. Let's go. Welcome back to Dr. Verna's Personal Power Boost. I'm Dr. Verna Cornelia Price. It's great to have you with me. For those of you who are my regulars, welcome back. It's good to see you. I hope that all is well with you. For those of you who are brand new, I'm Dr. Verna Cornelia Price. It's great to meet you. Thanks so much for coming. I'm not sure how you came, but however you came, I'm glad you're here. Be sure that you subscribe and like and tell your friends and share this work. Really do share this work because this work is intended for the world. It's intended to help people become more excellent in their lives wherever you are in the world. And I know that I have an audience who's listening literally all over the world. So I'm so glad that you are here. Please tell your family and friends to listen in as well. In the United States, which is where I live right now, it is Black History Month. And during Black History Month, it really is a time to honor our heroes and sheroes from our heritage, from our people who have paid the price for freedom, who have paid the price for liberty, who have paid the price for opportunities for African American people in the United States. And I would say for African people and Black people and people around the world. So today we're going to talk about perfection and the fact that your life is not perfect. And we're going to talk about the fact that no one's life is perfect. And to get to your next level, it's important to understand what's going on in your life right now. So I'm going to start with a quote from Booker T. Washington, and who was a very famous African-American scholar, leader, and really pioneer scientist in this country. And he said, success is not measured by the position that one has reached in life. Your success is measured by the obstacles which you have overcome. So it's really not about what your position is right now or where you are. The question is, what have you overcome to get where you are? And I can tell you, we have all overcome something to get where we are. So before we start, let's go ahead and start with our affirmation. For those of you who know my work, you know that I believe in affirmations because it rewires how we think about who we are. You need new words, and those new words begin to live in your life. So let's go ahead and start. This is my life, and I get to change it when I want to, how I want to, if I want to, because it was given to me. And that makes me very valuable, very important, very lovable, and extremely powerful. Why do I say extremely powerful? Because the truth of the matter is that you have enough power, and power is your ability to make a decision and to take an action step and to move your life forward. Let me say that again. Power is your God-given ability to make a decision and to take an action step and to move your life forward. And you have enough power in your life to make a decision that will help your life to be better, to help your life to be good, and to help your life to be better forever. So it's not like you cannot do something about your life. Yes, you can. It may be a small action step. It may be a big action step. It may be as simple as you making a decision in your mind that you're not going to do something anymore, or you're not going to go someplace anymore. But you have the power to what? Make a decision. You were born with power. Now, as you think about your life, first of all, your life is not perfect. Neither is mine. There's no perfect life in this earth. I was in church on Sunday, and the pastor said, you know, if you're looking for a perfect church, the moment that you step foot in that church, the church became imperfect because you came. Why? Because as human beings, we make mistakes. As human beings, we are not perfect. So My goal, vision that I've been given in this world is to help you, give you what you need to become your most excellent self. Your most excellent self where? First of all, for you. For you to become most excellent for you. It is an internal motivation. And I can tell you, all the research tells us is that if you're going to change for an external motivation, the change won't happen. And if it does happen, it will be a superficial change because you will resort back to your old self. Why? Because the change was not for you. So you'll say to someone, you've got to stop taking drugs, or you've got to stop drinking, or you've got to stop smoking, or you've got to stop lying, or whatever it might be that you're doing. And if that change that they need for their life is not motivated by their internal sense of wanting to change, you're not going to change. So this change has to come from the inside. So when you think about your life, you become excellent, first of all, for you. And of course, you are going to be excellent for your creator. Your creator made you to be excellent. You weren't given a life just so that you could be, just kind of hanging out in life and doing nothing and just creating. No, that's not why you were given a life. You were given a life because you were given purpose. You were given meaning. You were given something to do in this earth. For those of you who study the Bible, you know that there's a woman by the name of Esther. And at one point in Esther's life, there came to a situation where she realized that she was born for such a time that she was in. You were born for such a time like this. If you're listening to my voice right now, it's because you needed to hear this today. You were born for such a time as this. And the question is, what is it that you have for humanity? We all have something that we were given for humanity. So of course you're going to become excellent for your creator. And then you've got to be excellent for yourself. And then you've got to become excellent for your family. For your family, let me say that. And then you're going to become excellent for your vision and your purpose in life, whatever that is. If that's in your business, if that's in your workplace, for those of you who own your own businesses like myself and my husband, or for those of you who work for someone, like I just came back from a big corporation, right? You may work for some, wherever it is that you walk out your purpose in life, be excellent there. So this conversation is about how can you be excellent? How can you become your most excellent self? So I'm going to give you a tip today. One of the strategies toward becoming your most excellent self is to understand what you like and what you don't like about your life. In my world, I call that your pros and your cons. What is working in your life? What is helping you get to your most excellent self? And what is not working in your life? What is hindering you? What is an obstacle right now for you? What is not working? Now, I want you to think about that question in terms of small things and big things. And mind you, I do want you to do some homework. So as you're listening to my podcast every week, I'm hoping that you're journaling or you're writing something down or you're really kind of taking notes so that you can put it in your life and make it work in your life. So as you think about your pros and your cons, what is working and what is not working? Now, what keeps people from doing this work? Okay, I can tell you, it's shame, it's blame, and next week we're going to talk about something else that keeps you from doing this work. And it's fear. You're afraid to look at your life. Let me tell you, if you really look at your life, more than likely, you're going to have a lot of things that you like about your life and a few things you don't like about your life. Now, after you do this work, if you have a lot you don't like about your life and a few things, I want you to start doing work like never before. Use your personal power like never before. But your work right now is for you to think, what do you like about your life? What is working? Now, in the research, that's called your assets. What are your assets in life? And why do I ask you to first think about what is working? Because you cannot build a building, which is your life, on a foundation that is not sure and firm. And what is foundation for you? Foundation are those things that you do well, those things that are working. You have to build your life on your strength. You cannot build your life on your weakness, because your life will fall apart, because you will come back time and time again and think about what you don't like and what you are not doing. I want you first thinking about, what do you like? What are you doing? What is working? From the small things, everything from, guess what? I know how to wake up early in the morning, to the big things, like I am so happy that I was able to save enough money to have a wonderful down payment to buy my first house. Whatever your things are, whatever is working, I want you to write down as many small and big things that are working in your life. And then I want you to celebrate that. I'm amazed by how many of us do not celebrate the successes in our lives. As a matter of fact, sometimes we just take them for granted. In my world, I call it managing my miracles. Every day I have miracles. Every day amazing things happen in my life. And I'm thankful for them. And every once in a while, I'm going so fast and so quick through my life that I kind of like glaze over the miracle. Let me tell you, stop and celebrate those miracles in your life, because you have them. It's happening in your life all the time. Do you still have your job in this economy? That's a miracle. Is your car still working, even though it has 200,000 miles on it? That's a miracle. Did your children go to college, even though you didn't go to college? That's a miracle. You manage your miracles and be grateful for them every day. So think about what you like about your life, everything. And then start thinking about what you don't like about your life. These are called your cons. It is okay not to like things in your life, because none of us like everything in our life. None of us do. So it's okay. Write those things down. You don't like them, you don't like them. Now, here's what's so beautiful about this work, which is why I'm working you through this process, is that you're going to get to the place where you can say to yourself, why don't I like this? Why don't I like this? And then you're going to get to the place where you can say to yourself, and what am I going to do about it? Which is where I want you to get, right? Because this is a process of you becoming your most excellent self. But you cannot do that until you realistically look yourself and look your life, look it over, do the assessment, do your own research, and say, what do I like? Celebrate those things. And what don't I like about my life? And then start thinking about how you could potentially change those things. All right? You have your homework. You know what you're supposed to do? Okay. So if you haven't, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, if you haven't subscribed, the subscribe button's right there. Hit the subscribe button, hit it. And if you haven't shared this, share it. If it's helping you, guess what? It's going to help someone else. And I don't know about you, but there is a lot going on in our society, in our world, and people need good news. And I do believe that this is what I have been missioned to do, is to bring you some good news and to help you become better and to help you have a better life and a good life forever as you become your most excellent self. All right, let's go ahead and finish up with our affirmation. This is my life and I get to change it when I want to, how I want to, if I want to, because it was given to me. And that makes me very valuable, very important, very lovable, and extremely powerful. Do your homework, pros and cons. See you next time. Bye. If today's episode spoke to you, and you know it's time for a shift in how you lead, how your team connects, or how your culture performs, I want to personally invite you to take the next step. Book a free consultation at drvernaprice.com/workwithme and explore your next keynote, your leadership workshop, or executive coaching. It's time to get your power back, and it is time to get to your next level.